guys, and welcome back to another Unfiltered Gamer board game spotlight. Today's game, we have a nice little small game on the tabletop today. It is Red X Facility 342. This game is made by Red X Games, and it is a social deduction / trader-based game. And the idea of Red X is you're a bunch of planetary researchers, and you're going around trying to inhabit life on different planets and stuff, right? Two of your researchers happened to go onto a planet, and one of them came back, or two of them came back as an alien. Now, it is a game for 7 to 13 players, and it plays approximately about an hour or so, maybe the same length as Resistance. And the game is very similar to Resistance in the fact that you've got some people on your space group or your voyage that are aliens, and some of them that are humans. And you guys need to create this machine. These pieces are here on the board down here, and they kind of look like this, and you need to collect all 6 of them. Now, depending on how many players you play, if you play with 7 players, you can have 3 groups of 2 and 1 researcher or 1 head scientist. It's called the head researcher, just like this. And that head researcher is going to divide people into groups, into Sector 1, into Sector 2, and into Sector 3. And they're going to go off, and they're going to try and accomplish a goal. And the goal is obviously to bring back the spaceship parts that are broken. Now, these dice over here are what are going to be taken along with the researchers, who could happen to also be aliens. And they're going to roll a single one of those dice, and there's a couple things that can happen. So you've got the alien, which means that you've turned your partner into an alien. You've got the red X symbol, which is what happens when you get the part you need. And then you've got something like the potion, which actually can turn an alien back into a human again. Some very interesting things. So basically, you actually have to have different places to go in the house. So you have to play with a house that has at least 3 rooms in it, including a living room if you want to play this game. So they go off all in their own different rooms, and they do their thing, they roll their dice, and then they all come back. And the researchers can change, the head researcher can change, and the groups are going to change throughout. But you're going to be infecting people as the aliens as time goes by, and stopping the pieces from being completed. Whereas if you're researchers, you're all trying to roll the dice together to accomplish said goal. Now, when you're in the room and you're an alien and you're rolling these dice, and you say, okay, let's save the world, let's get a part to save the ship, right? Then I say, actually, no. I'm an alien, and I'm going to roll this to see if you die. And then you roll, right? And he goes, oh, okay, red X, so it didn't happen, we got the part. Or whatever. We come back to the table, and that's where the craziness begins. So this game has that same resistance aspect of the cards, but instead it's just secret people going into different rooms around the house. So there's the positives and the negatives. The positives of the game is you get to experience the game even more. It's very, very, very thematic. And people are always getting at it with each other. But that leads me to the negative aspects of the game, where it is a 7-player game, period. You have to have 7 players or more to play the game, and you have to go off in pairs and have a right researcher to do so. As well as the fact that you have to have a big enough house to do this. You have to have people going into separate areas, because you can't have all of the researchers together when they're doing their roles and stuff like that. Overall, a very solid game if you enjoy games like Resistance. I would say it's on par, and maybe it's a little more complicated and requires a little more than Resistance. But if you like Resistance, this is going to be another game that might be added to your collection. I would definitely check it out if I were you. Red X Facility 342.